It's always a pleasure to see all of you downtown folks and all the people that have helped us make downtown what it is. It's a very exciting event for us, and it's always a little hard sometimes, and I'm sure some of you would relate to this. Sometimes you're so focused on your immediate problems and immediate projects, it's a little hard to take a step back and really appreciate what all that's been accomplished and what all the people have done. And we always design these awards, and I think this year is especially true of this. You always get a chance to learn a little more about somebody that you thought you knew pretty well, and you also get to learn about somebody that's doing interesting things that you may have never heard of and may not even understand what they're doing. I'm thinking of the startup community. So we always have that nice combination. This morning, we're going to break with tradition slightly. The mayor usually makes our welcoming remarks, but in the spirit of the World Series season, we're going to give his arm a rest because he just got back from a much-deserved vacation. And as a ace reliever, Dave Landis will give us some remarks. And when I was talking to Dave about what we wanted to do this year, it's actually, and I know most of you don't have this on your calendar, but it is the 10th anniversary of the adoption of the 2005 master plan. So it was a good time to kind of take a step back and let Dave kind of review all of these projects that you know about individually, but it's always I was going to say shocking. It's always takes you aback that there's been so many, and we've said that over and over again, but anytime you put them all in a row and look at them, it's pretty impressive. So, David.
A good downtown is tall. It's tall because it's complex, it's been a magnet, and it gets the maximum efficiency out of its infrastructure by being tall. And the second thing a good downtown is, it is teeming. It doesn't close at 5:30 or 6 o'clock and everybody goes home to the suburbs. It's open day in, day out, 24/7. It is a magnet for where people come and celebrate and entertain and live and shop and work. And with those things in mind, it's wise, I think, to take a look at what Lincoln has seen in recent years, since the 25 master plan that Terry pointed out. The previous time we had a crane like this was in the year 2000 for MSC Suites, and the best of our ability to remember, the previous time we had a crane like this was in the 70s for the Wells Fargo building. That's 2 cranes over 25 years. We had 6 of them in the air at the same time in that last period of time. So if you were to take a look at what building up has meant, you'd take a look at 115 acres of oily, dirty dirt, and you'd then say, what's there now? And the answer is the Pinnacle Bank Arena, the Canopy Lofts in Hobson Place, 7 floors of apartments and condos. You'd find the Hyatt Place Hotel on Canopy and Q Street, a street that didn't exist before Canopy Street, 7 floors high. And if you were looking for a place to stay or enjoy yourself, you'd go to the entertainment district that didn't exist before. Again, retail, the Cube, and as far as teaming, there's nothing better than the rail yard, including ice skating in the middle of the winter, 24/7, 365. You want a tall downtown that is teeming with things to do. And since the 2005 master plan, that's what the city and the DLA have been working towards. To support all of that growth on Canopy Street, we've had additional places for corporate headquarters, the Olson Associates, 4 floors rather, at Canopy and Street, and just down the way, Huddle headquarters will be there. It's under construction, and by 2017 there'll be 7 more floors of what used to be 15 strands of railroad tracks that weren't used for moving cars, they were used for storage. That's a city that's growing up. To support some of that, we've also added garages, because that's one of the ways cities build up. They suck up surface parking lots and go high. We've added almost 4,000 covered stalls in downtown, 2,600 of them here, and 2 more city garages at the Larson Building at Lumberworks to help support that complexity and that density. The Haymarket has also had the same thing happen. This was a 1-story building at 8th and R Street, and it's become the Marriott Courtyard at 6 floors. This was exactly across the street at 8th and R Street. And now It's the Hilton Garden at 6 floors. A historically significant building was the Tool House at 8th and Q. Kept it, preserved it, but then added floors of retail and lofts. The arena loft, oops, I've got it. There we are. There's the arena lofts above the Tool House, fully occupied, 66 units. Just a little down the street at 8th and N, that's what it used to be. And this is on the other side of the Harris Overpass. This is the Trinitas project, now underway. And by the way, there's 2 big cranes building that building. Across, closer to the city, the state capitol rather, at the Lincoln Mall and 12th Street, you've got the landmark 3 building. 3 floors with its own covered parking, in which they've intensified the parking use and intensified the land use to get the most efficiency out of it. Down on the other side of the city-county building, but on the same Lincoln Mall, is the area that used to be the surface parking for Farmers Mutual. They've now built their own garage and a beautiful new building. By the way, this one was done completely by the private sector without the assistance of the city whatsoever. But that is the kind of density that you want in a downtown. Other places? Well, the biggest unused space, the softest block in Lincoln, was between 10th and 11th and M&N. Been that way for years. Had a generation tailgating at that location. There'll probably still be some tailgating going on, but it'll be over 6 floors of student housing at the Latitude project. Big difference. A little further down in the heart of downtown, there's a surface parking lot behind Swanson Russell's existing building, and this is how that space will be used in the future. Another building under construction, 3 floors, building up. A little more at the edge of downtown, some more of those surface parking lots that get replaced by, in this case, 6 floors, 3 of which are are housing and 6 of which are parking. It's the 50-50 building along with the university and the private sector, creating housing and parking simultaneously. This is an area over by 17th and P Street. It was a car lot. The car lot's moved, and in its place, 3 stories of a federal credit union building. Across the street, as part of the same project, because there was a sort of a Tinkers to Evers to Chance interlinked situation, was the doing away with the drive-through, a small drive-through of that space. That space allowed for this housing to take its place, and because the boundary could move, there then was the opportunity to build this gorgeous award-winning structure, the Thomas Aquinas Newman Center. You might remember the 1-story Newman Center that was there before this beautiful building was created. In the Antelope Valley Parkway, we had areas like this, and now we're under construction for the Aspen Project, 5 floors on 3 different locations. And perhaps one of the gems on this side of town, what used to be 20th and Q Street became a surety. 5 floors of a beautifully structured, designed, very efficient building. In the heart of downtown, we had 1-story buildings, fast food, and $2 movies. On the other hand, we now have 650 stalls of parking, floor of retail, and 3 floors of housing. There are 3 parties that have made this story from the last 10 years happen. And the major party is the private sector. On this side of the lectern, not this side. The money, the energy, the vision, the commitment has come from the public sector. From the private sector. We have assisted because the second party is a vibrant, responsive, energetic city administration, city downtown, city hall. But the third party is DLA. DLA was the champion of the 2005 master plan. There was an update in 2012. They've been the supporter for the business community, for opportunities for retail in the area. They've advocated for policies, and they have, on occasion, advocated for specific projects. So today, when we look at this 10 years of absolutely unprecedented growth, an unprecedented growth that now is over $900 million in the projects that I showed you. And by the time we finish the West Haymarket build-out, we'll be well over $1 billion of innovation and investment of the last 10 years. You have to take a look at this award. Take their place. along that list of people who've been the builders of our shining city on the hill. Thank you.
Made. But greetings, my name is Brian Sullivan. I serve as the chair of the Downtown Lincoln Association. We've reached the time in the program where we are giving special recognition to those who are significant contributors to downtown success. We believe today's award winners have impacted this vision and embody the characteristics which have helped thousands give people in the community a reason to go downtown. The awards presented will be Downtown Business Leadership, Significant Development, Residential Development, Downtown Champion, Downtown Young Entrepreneur, and Downtown Visionary. The awards will be presented by members of the selection committee, and the recipients will join the presenters for a photo off stage. At this time, I'd like to introduce CJ Thoma and announce the first award recipient.
Well, good afternoon. I'm CJ Feldman. I'm the president of the Foundation for Educational Services, and I also serve as the past chairman of DLA. Today, I'm proud to present Downtown Lincoln's Business Leadership Award to the Lead Center for Performing Arts. The Lead Center opened in 1990 with Opera Omaha's production of Madame Butterfly, with the mission of bringing the best worldwide entertainment to their stage. Today, under the executive leadership of Director Bill Steffen, it's not a stretch to say that the Lead has completed their goal of being a premier performing arts center time and time again. From performances by Yo-Yo Ma and Tony Bennett to the Parsons Dance Company and the Cleveland Orchestra, the Lead Center continues to bring world-renowned theater and performers to Lincoln. By presenting first-rate entertainment downtown, the Lead also works to give back to the community through education. They work with both children grades K through 12 and university-level students to expose them to productions and performers through free and discounted student tickets, master classes, and immersion projects. The Lead Center has enriched downtown's culture and helps make Lincoln a leading performing arts venue in both the Midwest and nationwide. In the past 25 years, they have truly transformed lives through the power of the arts. Please join me in congratulating the Lead Center as the recipient of this year's Business Leadership Award.
Thank you so much for honoring the Lead Center, Nebraska's home for the arts. We're so proud to be part of the downtown Lincoln community. One of the things that makes the Lead Center an amazing place is the downtown, our hotels, our restaurants. It's a wonderful place to come. People come from all over the state, literally all over the world, to come to the Lead Center and enjoy downtown Lincoln. And so we're so proud and couldn't do it without you. The Lead Center is actually one of the top 100 theaters in the world based on attendance and ticket sales by Polestar magazine. And so we're really thrilled we've had that honor the past several years. And actually every year we have over 10,000 hotel room nights that get taken in Lincoln thanks to people visiting for our shows and conferences and things. So we're really proud to be part of the community and hope you'll come and visit us many times this upcoming year. Tonight We actually have the #1 musical from New York City, Tony Award-winning Best Musical from 2014, Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder. And so if you don't have plans this week and haven't got your tickets already, we hope you'll join us for this musical that will be one of the greatest performances in the history of Nebraska. So thanks so much for this award.
Good afternoon, I'm Dallas McKee. I'm with the City of Lincoln Urban Development Department. It is my pleasure today to present the award for significant development to the NEBCO Group for the development of 3 Landmark Center. The origins of 3 Landmark Center date back to the 1920s, when the first parcels of land were acquired by George P. Abel Sr. In the 1960s, the city passed a bond combining city government with county government, and the functions were located at 555 South 10th Street. This event triggered a renewed interest by NEBCO in acquiring property along Lincoln Mall between the city-county building and the state capitol. NEBCO's 1 Landmark Center was developed in 2002. In 2012, NEBCO purchased from Farmers Mutual the last parcel of property that was needed to make 3 Landmark Center a reality. Earlier this year, 3 Landmark Center was completed. It took several talented groups and hardworking individuals to complete this project. This project was led by Jim Abel and included the Sampson Construction Company, Clark Anderson Partners, and the rest of NEBCO's development team, including Bob Miller, Doug Whitehead, Jack Abel, and Phil Abel. The building on 1128 Lincoln Mall includes 110,000 square feet of premium Class A office space and currently houses the Lincoln Chamber of Commerce, Rembolt Lutke, and Senator Ben Sass. Unico Group will be joining the space next year. Current and future tenants will certainly enjoy several building amenities, including covered visitor parking, a top-floor penthouse suite with an outdoor patio, a courtyard featuring an illuminated cage, a structure filled with aggregate that emphasizes in art form the connection between the company's real estate and material operations. In the end, the building's address says it all, 1128 Lincoln Mall. 1128, or November 28th, which is the birthday of Jim's mother, 94-year-old Betty, whose motto has always been, when you do something, do it well. I would say they certainly followed her advice with 3 Landmark Center. Will you join me in welcoming Jim Abel to the stage and congratulating NEBCO for the significant development award.
Well, thank you. This is a special recognition, very meaningful to us at NEBCO. Our family, we're very thankful and thank the DLA for their recognition. The history of 3 Landmark is kind of interesting. As Dallas said, you know, we first started acquiring this property back in the 1920s, and it kind of connects 2 completely different events that triggered one another. The first big thing was when my grandfather, George P. Abel Sr., had the opportunity to purchase the OL&B Railway, which is still existent in Lincoln. And the individuals he bought it from had the vision to connect the 3 cities, Omaha, Lincoln, and Beatrice. And they had plotted the right-of-way on how they wanted to do this and what that should look like. And so anytime property would come up in the right-of-way, the previous owners would buy it. And so when my grandfather ended up purchasing the railroad as an operating business, came all these little parcels of property scattered around the city of Lincoln. And it just so happened that a number of those smaller parcels had to be between 10th and 12th, between K and H. in downtown Lincoln where the 3 Landmarks sits. So over the years, again, as Dallas mentioned, when the 1964 bond issue passed, we kind of started connecting the parcels and kind of getting blocks of property put together, which we accomplished. And so anyway, it's one of these things that I like this story because it gives me a connection to my grandfather, who I never met. But he was also the founder of our company that dates back to 1908, so it's kind of a story started by his generation that has affected the following 3 additional generations. NEPCO is very fortunate to attract wonderful tenants, and Dallas mentioned the tenants that are in the Landmark 3 building. I think one of the interesting stories there goes back about 20-some years when my last duty as chairman of the chamber was to help the chamber relocate. And so anyway, when I'm going around town trying to figure out what would be a good spot for the chamber, I'm thinking, geez, wish I had a place for the chamber. And anyway, 20-some years later, Wendy, Jamie, we finally got them. So anyway, we're very appreciative of that relationship, as well as with Rembo Lutke, Unico, and U.S. Senator Ben Sass. We do have some things left to do on the building, but I'm going to take this with me today. But we do care about, in addition to our buildings, we do care about how our parking and parking garages look, and we do have some aesthetic metal work that still needs to go on our garage that faces K Street, because K Street carries a lot of traffic, and we want to have a good K Street appearance. So we'll do that. We've got to warm up our lobby a little bit, and we've got some plans there. The other thing that is, I guess 2 other things that are significant is this truly was my father's vision, was to get the properties put together on Lincoln Mall and see it really be a great area for business to relocate to. And so, seeing this vision accomplished is very rewarding to me, and to accomplish what started out to be my dad's vision, along with Jim Hewitt, who was our in-house counsel at the time. Dallas did mention my mother. She's always had an impact on me. When she talks, I listen. Maybe not so much when I was younger, but in my adult stages I sure have. And anyway, I think I'll take this over to her house and put it in her den tonight, so she'll know we are trying to do things well. So anyway, we want to thank everybody for this recognition, and thank you.
Todd didn't want me to put this up there because he thought I'd get too animated and knock it over and hit the mayor, and that wouldn't be good. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Patrick Spethman. I'm the DLA's Treasurer and Vice President at U.S. Bank. I'm happy to be here today to present the award for residential development to Argent Group and CA Ventures for the Latitude Apartments project. If you're well acquainted with downtown Lincoln, Block 68 should sound pretty familiar. With long-standing as a parking lot, interest in developing the block has been expressed by numerous individuals and groups over the years. By simply taking a quick look at Argent Group and CA Ventures, it is no surprise that their partnership produced real results. With an executive team with over 100 years of experience, Argent Group is no stranger to real estate development and property management. Similarly, large-scale, multi-use facilities is what CA Ventures is all about. Their work can be found in cities like their home base of Chicago, as well as Seattle, Tucson, and now Lincoln, among many other cities. Latitude is a 6-story, 408,000 square foot building offering living accommodations for up to 588 students in 198 units. The building also provides 3 amenity decks, 280 indoor parking spots, and 44,000 square feet of first floor retail space, further adding to its unique and inviting design. However, the Latitude is more than a student living facility with ultra-modern amenities. It is a catalyst for growth in the area. An influx of younger residents drives new and different development. It opens up the possibility for smaller entities to take a chance where before risks may have been too great. Please join me in congratulating Argent Group and CA Ventures, winners of this year's Residential Development Award.
I want to thank the Downtown Lincoln Association. Terry gave me 4 minutes. I'm going to try to beat that because I bet the under. And so on behalf of Argent and CA Ventures and our project team of Shepley Bullfinch, locally Olson Associates, Clark Anderson, Mary Harris, our general contractors, NGC, Beelder Kane, Mark Hunziger, who played a good role in this. I'd like to thank Mayor Beitler and his staff, especially Dave Landis in Urban Planning, Dallas McGee, Haley Salem, and all the other departments that helped us get this building open in time for this year's school year. When developing a large-scale, multi-use project in a strong urban environment, we look for encouragement from the city. We look for a progressive place to start to place our investment. And between the bike path, the civic art, the other planning that we see in downtown Lincoln, we are greatly encouraged to continue participating in the growth of Lincoln, and we hope that we have made a significant contribution to the redevelopment of the downtown. Thank you very much. I will.
Okay, Randy, are you ready? It is with great pleasure that I present the Downtown Lincoln Champion Award to Randy Hawthorne, the Executive Director of the Nonprofit Hub and Volunteer Partners. Randy has been an integral part of the downtown for decades. After graduating from UNL in 1992, Randy began working at Alpha Graphics on the first floor at 14th and P. A few years later, an internet service company that would become Firespring came to be in the basement of 14th and P, where Randy became the Vice President of Business Development. Today, he sits at the top of that building as the Executive Director of the Nonprofit Hub, a place that provides nonprofits with the resources, education, and space to grow successfully. Nonprofit Hub is one of the many ways Randy demonstrates a selfless commitment to the next generation of nonprofit startups. Randy's presence downtown expands far beyond the office. In fact, in addition to working in the P Street district, Randy has lived downtown for 15 years. Or as he has said, in quotes, "I've been living downtown since before it was cool to live downtown." Randy seems to have a hand in everything, from serving on the board of directors for Updowntowners, Sheldon Art Association and Leadership Lincoln, to working as the foundation president for Launch Leadership. Randy is truly a catalyst for change in the community. Some of the Nonprofit Hub's employees who nominated Randy had this to say: Randy Hawthorne embodies everything about making Lincoln, especially downtown, the best that it possibly can be. Without Randy Hawthorne, we wouldn't have the downtown Lincoln we have today, and we certainly wouldn't love it as much as we do. Please join me in congratulating Randy Hawthorne as this year's downtown champion.
I was a little nervous when I found out that Terry was going to make my introduction because him with an open mic, that's kind of scary. And then I found out that I have an open mic, and that was a mistake, Terry.
And after me.
But thanks to all of you in this room for making downtown Lincoln a great place to champion. You've made it easy to champion this awesome part of downtown. I love that I'm back downtown with my less than 5-minute commute. Basically, when I go to the Haymarket, it's like, whoa, I am a long ways from home. But you have to go to the Haymarket because it is such a great place to just gather and just see the energy. So I just make my plea in this room now that all I need is a grocery store, and then I can sell my car. So if you could work on that, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for this award, and thanks to my team for nominating me. They're great to work with, and I love Lincoln, and I'm not going to leave. So there we go.
Good afternoon. I'm Ben Kaiser with Nelnet and a member of the DLA Executive Committee. Before I begin, I just want to congratulate all of the award winners today, as well as all the award winners in the past that helped make Lincoln taller. David, that presentation was amazing, so congratulations to everybody. It is with great pleasure that I present the Downtown Young Entrepreneur Award to Blake Lawrence and Adi Kanalik, co-founders of Open Doors and Her Dad. When Blake and Adi first opened Her Dad in 2010, it became one of the first tech startups in Lincoln. 5 years and a second startup later, it is one of many. Testament to their hard work in developing a Lincoln startup community. Her Dad helped create an ecosystem to provide startups with access to funders, accelerators, incubators, and much, much more. In 2013, Adi and Blake joined forces again to create Open Doors, a company that works with professional athletes around the world to develop social media campaigns. In the last 2 years, Open Doors has established itself as a top-tier brand in sports marketing and has further cemented Lincoln's role as a sports tech hub. With 2 businesses, 3 offices, and 50 associates, Adi and Blake have demonstrated their passion for cultivating Lincoln's startup community, bringing jobs downtown and energizing the Peachtree District. Let's hope they don't slow down anytime soon. Please join me in congratulating Blake Lawrence and Adi Kanalik as the recipients of this year's Young Entrepreneur Award.
Yeah, we got 2. I thought there was going to be 1 award. We had to split it. We do that a lot. Well, I look at this as a team award. We brought a lot of our team from Open Doors here at tables 2 and 8. And what I love about the word team is that Adi and I know a few things about being a part of a team. We met in 2007 as members of the Nebraska football team. And I don't know if you guys remember the 2007 football season, but it was kind of like this year's football season. You just wanted it to get over really damn fast. But hopefully we keep this coach around. But as former Nebraska football players, we learned the value of teamwork and the importance of sharing the same vision with everyone on the team. You know, when you share the same vision, you're able to focus your efforts every day, overcome obstacles, and really achieve something great. 2007, we didn't achieve much great, but 2008, 2009, we put some things together. And our team right here today has bought into the vision that we have for our business, for our community, and for the people that we impact every day. And the one thing that we believe in a vision we have is that you can build something great here in Lincoln, Nebraska. But it's not just the players in the field that make a team great. It's about the coaches, the athletic department, the fans, the media. And to stick with that football analogy, I like to look around this room and think that in our world, our coaches are the business leaders out there that have helped us along the way, that have taught us what it's like to build something and to build a team that believes in what they can achieve. Our athletic department, let's call it the Downtown Lincoln Association. These guys provide resources to us that allows us to continue to grow, attract young talent, and to innovate on a daily basis. Our fans are those that have helped share our story, and the media are those that share the story outside of this world. So we're so thankful to be able to build the team here, and this award means a lot to us. Audie, I think that you want to share a couple things too?
Yeah.
Perfect, thank you, and then Audie can out.
So Blake told me this morning, he's like, hey, I think I might have to give a speech, so you should probably get something ready. I'm like, that's cool. Thanks for letting me know. So I think that, one of the key things for me is that, as Blake mentioned, is, this whole thing, everything we've been doing is it started with a purpose, and it started with something that, that we had over a couple of beers one night. But it all started with us deciding that we wanted to do something where, create a place where people love to go to work. And it was like, hey man, what if we could create a company where I get to see you every day, even though I don't really like you that much, but I get to hang out with you and we get to do cool things, and in that process also solve a problem. And I think that from the early days, the best thing about everything that we did was that we didn't really know anything about business. We had no idea. We were in a way just ignorant. But the thing that it allowed us to do is to do it the right way, the way that we feel like it should be done, and that's to really focus on building a great culture over anything else, and surrounding ourselves with talented people that allow us, to be able to come up here and win awards when really it should be our team that's getting the award. So, and I think that that passion that we had for building a great company, it's the same passion that Lincoln has. In wanting to support us and wanting to provide an environment where we can grow and do the things that we love to do. And at the end of the day, I really, it's awesome to be here and to be able to stand up here and see all you guys. And there's a lot of suits, which is always like, man, take it easy a little bit. But I do enjoy it, and I hope that Blake and I can continue to do the things that we love to do with our team, to build and to be part of Lincoln's future, because truthfully, I think we're only scratching the surface, and with how much recognition we're starting to get on a national level, I think that it's going to bring even more money here, and that Lincoln's only going to continue to grow, and hopefully we'll be having these types of events happen more often and on a bigger scale, and maybe one day Blake and I will be wearing a suit and talk to some youngins and nominate them for awards. So thank you guys so much for everything that you do for us and for allowing us to do this. I didn't even read any of the things that I wrote down, which is maybe a good thing, bad thing. Thank you.
Good afternoon. I'm Darrell Nauman. I'm the president of the Lincoln Haymarket Development Corporation. Today I'm pleased to present the Downtown Lincoln Association Visionary Impact Award to Mike Dunlap of Nelnet. As co-founder of Nelnet in 1996, the impact of his success is felt throughout downtown Lincoln and beyond. The company has grown in just the last 5 years from 700 employees to over 2,000. Nelnet Associates are located in the Lincoln Square buildings, which Nelnet purchased in 2006, and the Wells Fargo building. True to Mike's vision for the company and for downtown, he has recently partnered with developers to create buildings and office space for his associates in the new Huddle building in the Haymarket, and recently announced the Telegraph District development in Antelope Valley. Mike said recently his proudest achievement with Nelnet is survival, but his actions for Nelnet speak strongly of long-term vision rather than simply survival for both his company and for downtown. Instead, a guiding principle for Nelnet is a focus on adding value to customers, creating a great place to work for its associates, growing the core business, and diversifying into new businesses. Making the decision to remain and expand Nelnet in downtown goes hand in hand with Mike's involvement with Vision 2015, and the development of the Pinnacle Bank Arena and other pillars. Mike's vision for lively and prosperous downtown is quite literally helping to expand our city's horizons. Please join me in congratulating Mike as the winner of the 2015 Downtown Visionary Award.
When I was growing up, my mom said, sometimes you're going to get credit for things that you don't deserve, and sometimes you get blamed for things that you don't deserve. And I think this is a situation where I'm getting credit for things I don't deserve. And I think the real credit, when I look at across the city, I want to mention a bunch of people that I think have really been the true visionaries in Lincoln over the years and led to the great things that have happened in downtown and across the whole city. Kent Seacrest, I think, is at the top of my list and has done some incredible things and has really been a true visionary. Tom Lorenz, he runs Pinnacle Bank Arena, and Charlie Schilling, the guy that brings all the great concerts to town, have done great things. Jim Abel, his family for a century has done incredible things for this town. Tom Henning, Clay and Craig Smith family, incredible things from a visionary standpoint. John Camp and Monty Freilich, they were looking at things in downtown and looking at what could happen, and then from a vision standpoint, way before everybody else was doing it. Will and Robert Scott, Terry Fairfield, Clary Kastner, Winnie Birdsell with the Chamber of Commerce has done an incredible job of making these things happen. Harvey Perlman at UNL, it's been a big chunk of it, what's happened here. Chris Beitler, the mayor here. None of this would have happened without his support. He's gotten more done in this city as mayor than I think every mayor combined for the last 20 or 30 years. Tim Clare, Mark LeBaron, Tom Smith, Roger Severin, David Graff, and John Wirtz. I mean, and a bunch of people I didn't mention, but those are the true visionaries here in town. And I just want to say thank you to them and what they've done for the city over the years, decades, and even centuries with Jim. Thanks.
Well, I think it's 1 o'clock. Our goal is to get out of here by 1. I hope you had a great luncheon. Please join me once again in recognizing the award recipients and also the Downtown Employees of the Month that are listed on the back of the program. One also round of applause. You don't see it. There's a lot of work that goes into setting up an event, hosting an event, planning an event, but to Terry and the entire team of Downtown Lincoln Association, a lot of people behind the scenes, please thank them for today. All right, thanks for your time. It concludes the annual meeting. We're excited to have you here next year and more celebrations to come, but thank you and have a great afternoon.